Okie dokie. Hi guys, once again, my name is Ross. Welcome to Bar Magic 365. Today, we are going live for the first time. I'm waiting to see if anyone's going to even show up. It doesn't matter though. I figured I'd try this to see if I could even go live from down here. Seems to be working just fine. Please leave a comment if there's any kind of audio problem or even video problem that you can tell at the beginning of this, because I'd like to get that all sorted out before I try going live again. Because we're going to try and go live with a couple of the magic specials so that you really can be there to ask questions, participate, all that kind of stuff. But I figured do a drink one ahead of time to see what's going on. So once again, we're going to go over one of my favorite drinks, which is the Mojito. So remember, you'll be able to view this after the live stream ends as many times as you'd like. It's going to be as if it was a normal video. But I figured if you have any specific questions about this drink, you can chat in. I'll try and answer them all. So every good Mojito always starts off with a lime. Most tropical drinks will, but especially Mojito because you're going to be muddling in fresh lime juice. So what I do is I usually buy these small limes and I'll cut right down the middle and down the middle again on one of the halves. And I'll take these two kind of wedges and you throw them right into the shaker. All right. Along with that, you're also going to need two other things. You're going to need your mint, which we have over here. Mint needs to be refrigerated. If it's not refrigerated, it's going to go bad. And you're going to have moldy mint. So this has been refrigerated all overnight. I just take a couple sprigs. I don't go too crazy. And I throw it in there. Some people say you need 10 leaves, 12 leaves, however many. Really, it's personal choice. You'll find, what's good after a while. I find just, two little whatever sprigs from a package. I got this at Whole Foods. It's organic peppermint. Works perfectly. I'm sure you can just, if you really wanted to, you could even grow your own mint in your backyard. And then you need sugar. Okay. Now, some people will use a simple syrup, which you can make, or even you can buy simple syrup from Master in the store. I have Master Mixes simple syrup. I don't use simple syrup. The main reason you're adding simple syrup is to get sugar in there. So what I have here is I have pineapple sugar that I get from a craft place that actually just went out of business. Apparently, I wasn't going there often enough. But it's a chain that's around the place. But they make these craft sugars. It's called the Spice and Tea Exchange. They have pineapple sugar. If I can, I'll try and get some of the information. I'll put in the description of the video afterwards. But I just add a little, little bar spoon, nothing major, and you're good. Now, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be muddling all of this together. And what muddling means, you take one of these guys, and it has a bunch of these pointed edges at the bottom of this, and you're going to mash everything together. Now, just to help this all move along, I do add one more thing. If you're going to use club soda, just put a dash of club soda in there, just so it helps it emulsify everything and whatnot. I like a little sweeter Mojito, so I don't use club soda. I use Sprite or CR Mist or whatever your lemon lime soda would be of your choice at your bar. So I just use just a dash of that. And you don't want to put too much because remember there's carbonation there. So when you shake eventually, you don't want to have a lot of stuff flying everywhere. Anyway, you want to get really into it. You want to kind of push down, twist, and I not only push down and I twist with the hand, but I also kind of twist the shaker to just go along with it. Really make sure I'm getting everything. Who's calling me? Don't they know I'm going live? This is crazy. Anyway, they'll leave a message. This is what you have to do. You have to kind of just break it down, make sure everything's in. And once you smell a lot of that mint and lime and sugar, you're good. Especially when those lime wedges that you put in are basically drained of all their inner juice. All right, so you can just shake it off. Put your muddler to the side, and then you can go at it, and you can add your liquor. Now you're ready for the liquor. Now, in a Mojito, you have rum. So normally I just say, rum Regular Bacardi, you're good to go. Because I like doing things a little bit different. I don't use regular Bacardi. I use pineapple Bacardi because I had pineapple sugar in there, so it's just going to bring out more pineapple flavors. If you want a traditional mojito, you're going to use regular sugar in there. I like just to make it even more fruity. Because why not? Now, one of the things you want to do here, make sure you are adding 1.5 ounces. Okay, so we have our 1 ounce up here. Okay. And got a 1/2 ounce over here. All right. So 1.5 ounces. All right. For those bartenders out there, you know that's a 6 count. If you're able to do counting, if you really want to make precise cocktails, I would suggest not counting. That's just me. All depends on what you have time for. So now you have all your ingredients in here. I put it in a tall shake because it gives it more room to breathe instead of using a short shake. The difference, tall v short. It's about that much. So we're going to give it a lot of air. Oh, of course. I knew I was like, this feels light. Ice. Ice is what's going to break that down even more. Let's get a lot of ice in here. I knew I was forgetting something. Always forgetting something. All right. Now that everything's in there, we can seal it on up. Much better. Okay. Here we go. Now, because there's mint and lime and a bunch of other stuff in here, you want to make sure that you're really shaking the living daylights out of this drink. All right? Whew. Once your hand gets really cold, because that ice is working, means you're set. Now, that's the bubble coming through. It means that that carbonation is acting up. That's just from that little bit of Sprite I put in earlier. All right? Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Now, people would say, what are you going to use for glassware? Well, before we even get to the glassware issue, note that there's now a bunch of pieces of greenery and lime and excess stuff that maybe I don't want in my drink. So what I do before anything, obviously you have to get your glass, but you want to make sure that you have a fine strainer nearby. So I put the fine strainer on, and on top of that, the regular strainer. So the regular strainer goes on the cocktail shaker. Fine strainer goes on the glass. This gets poured in, and that's going to get rid of all, or at least 99% of the greenies, the mint. Not that you want to get rid of it completely, but because you don't want it to hit the back of your throat while you're drinking, I always suggest that people use a fine strainer to get rid of the mint. And of course, if you're working at a restaurant and having to make mojitos, you don't always have time to fine strain. I understand that. But when you have the time, it's nice. I find that people don't understand that can really affect someone's drink if a piece of mint hits the back of their throat and they start choking. You want to be careful of that, all right? So I always fine strain out the mint and also strain out the normal ice amounts, all right? Now, there's only 2 things left to do with this drink. 3 things of garnishing. But first off, we're going to add ice. Again, fresh ice, okay? All the ice. All the ice. I don't like putting too much, but I don't have much in here anyway, so I'm just going to take whatever I have and throw it on in. Boop. All right. And now you're saying, well, that doesn't look like a drink. It looks like half a drink, right? Because now we're going to add the rest of the Sprite. The rest of the Sprite just goes right on in there. All the way to the top. And I take that lime that you had earlier, cut one more wedge, or two, depending on how you like it. What I like to do is I like to take one, put it on the, actually I'll throw that one in. Take one, put it on the rim, put one in, and then you take a fresh, this is where the fun comes in, a fresh sprig of mint. Because it's not pulverized, it's not going to come up your straw. So I try and find a nice one. There we go. All right. And that is your mojito. All right, so you take a straw or two, go in. Beautiful. Now, I'm going to enjoy that in a second, but before we go any further, I want to explain a couple of variations. One of which is also a really lovely drink, but very specific. It's not going to be found, all the ingredients will not be found in your 10-bottle home bar, which we're going to cover next week, and Thursday's video is coming out, how to start your own home bar. The 10 bottles you need to really make it work. This bottle is not found in your home 10 bar, but if you really like mojitos and you like that fresh, basic summer drinks, this is the bottle that you are going to want to probably say, I'm going to also get this as an 11th bottle. It's called Leblon, or any cachaça. Cachaça is a Brazilian type of rum. It's made from natural cane sugar. So it's really, really lovely. It's got a different herbal taste to it, but very, very, very similar to rum. And if you sub out whatever rum you're using for cachaça, it's actually a different drink completely. It's called a caipirinha. And for those of you who are from Brazil, I hope I'm saying that right. That's how I've just pronounced it all my life. From getting to know this, I only got to know this drink maybe a year or two ago. But this changes the game. It really does. If you want to try it, definitely do. That's one of the substitutes you could do to really make this a real island, foreign getaway drink. Right now, the other thing I would say is if you enjoy the sweeter aspect of the drink, but don't want to risk calories of a regular soda, which can run you a lot of calories because of the sugar. San Pellegrino and other seltzers have flavored seltzers. Okay, and even though this one is one of the more caloric ones, I don't think it's as high. Yeah, we're saving about 40 calories for the can from Sprite to this. This is a pomegranate San Pellegrino, and I've used this before as well in substituting for Sprite. So this is another option for a switch out, a substitute for your creation of a mojito. So once again, my name is Ross. I see we have no, I guess everyone's still working. That's just okay. I just had time to do it now. I wanted to see how it went by going live. We're going to definitely do this again in the future. And if you have any comments, please, comment section will be available, obviously, as a normal video afterwards. Leave comments if you like this, if you want to see more like this. If we go live again, what would you want to be live? Is the bar video, how to make a home bar video, you would like to see going live instead? And if it's live, would it be better to do it later? You let me know on the comments below. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this drink in the meantime. And we will see you next time here on Bar Magic 365. See ya.